Hello, everyone, and welcome to DCM Doritos Connections and Mountain Dew, your favorite local video game talk show. I am your host, Howard Miller.
I'm your co-host, David.
Well, we have a change of scenery. That's because this isn't a regular episode.
Yeah, we're mixing things up just for today.
It's not episode 22.
No, it's like episode 21.5. Let's say.
With how many filler videos I put in, more like 21.7. But
Don't worry about it.
It's like
but point is, we have a very important video today. We want to get this out as soon as possible because Howard and we saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2 last night. We're just getting that out there right as fast as we can.
Fast as we can. Sonic speed. Some might say. Now, we have to preface this video right now. We are spoiling this video. We are spoiling the whole movie. Sonic told us not to spoil. But
before the movie even started, there was a whole thing like Sonic was like, "Oh, don't spoil the movie. I know a thing or two about going fast, and there's nothing faster that can ruin a movie or someone than spoiling it. So don't do it." But
I don't listen to children, B, not real people, and C, both of them at the same time. So I'm not listening to Sonic. So we're gonna spoil it. So this is your spoiler warning.
Mm-hmm. So if you have not seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and you don't want it spoiled for yourself, maybe you do. Some people do. That's neither here nor there. But if you don't want to spoil it for yourself, stop watching the video, click away, go watch a different video. We got tons of videos on the channel that. We probably mentioned Sonic in one of them. I don't know. Yeah, probably. And along with that, if you're watching this on a TV land, you should absolutely 100% flip to the sports channel for the next, 30 minutes. So that way you don't get spoiled. Yeah. Okay? So we got that out of the way? Mm-hmm. All right, we're good? Okay? I think so. I think we're good.
All right.
Everyone who doesn't want spoils should be gone. Should be.
Okay. Sonic dies at the end. Just kidding. That was a test. All right. Now I guess we should just quickly go over Sonic 1, okay?
Yeah, just real quick, give a little background for the Sonic cinematic universe.
Original Sonic trailer. The original design, gross.
Disgusting.
People whining about it. Really annoying.
Yeah.
But guess what? It worked. Yeah. So Sonic's design got better. Ben Schwartz's, I thought he was a solid Sonic the Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. He did voice acting before as in DuckTales and in Ninja Turtles. And he was also in Parks and Rec. I liked him in Parks and Rec. I think everyone liked him in Parks and Rec, even though he was the most annoying, the most annoying thing on earth. James Marsden?
Marsden, yep.
Yeah, Marsden.
James Marsden and James Marsden are two different people.
What is wrong with people having similar last names? You were not a big fan of him, of his acting career before this movie.
Admittedly, I haven't seen him in a whole lot, mostly just the X-Men films.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he plays Cyclops in those, and Cyclops is kind of a character in general.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying for an eternity. Cyclops is whack.
But yeah, no. James Marsden is really good in both Sonic films that we'll get to. But he brings a lot of heart to the role, and I think that's one of his strengths as an actor is he brings a heart to most of his roles.
Yeah. We also had Jim Carrey,
who I think was unanimously decided by people who saw the film as the highlight of that film because he's just. Do we know how much of his performance was improv?
Oh, there was so many improv scenes, like the whole, what was it? Him dancing and doing like all the techno stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's that I could see that.
That was all improv. Yeah. The latte line I also think was improv. Which gets a lot of love in Sonic 2, which was really funny. Yeah, no. There's a good chunk of his performances, which is usually what happens with Jim Carrey performances, mm-hmm. is he does do a lot of improv if he does enjoy the script and especially when he gets into the character. So like a lot of movies, if he loves the character, like Ace Ventura or the Andy Kaufman movie, Man on the Moon. Man on the Moon, yeah, a lot of that's improv. Which he was always good at. Yeah, and we should say this is like the first time, I think, since Ace Ventura that he's done a sequel. He's like famous for not doing sequels. I mean, technically Dumb and Dumber 2, but no one liked Dumb and Dumber 2. But you're right. This is the first time
he famously does not like doing sequels.
Yeah. He As much as you think like, hey, the weird guy that makes funny faces, haha, you'd think he'd have dumb taste. No, he's like very...
He's very particular.
Very zen. Like, hey, you know, if an idea is good, don't do the same thing over and over again, right? Which, I mean, like, most actors that fall into like a one-note shtick don't think like that. So it is kind of refreshing to see him do that. But yeah, this is the first time he's done a sequel in a while, and I guess the plot of the Sonic movie.
I think probably the first sequel he's done that's actually been good.
Ace Ventura 2 was probably good. Was good.
I never saw it.
Okay, you should watch Ace Ventura 2. It was pretty funny.
Okay.
So the plot is if you ever watch, you know, crappy live action cartoons go into live action, you know, like the Tom and Jerry movie or the Smurfs movie or Rocky and Bullwinkle or Yogi Bear and Woody Woodpecker. It's like gross CG thing, vibing, and then goes to real world and does real world shenanigans with a couple basically adopting this cartoon character as, you know, like, you know, their best friend or son or whatever.
It's a plot that's been done to death at this point.
Yeah, I hate all those movies, by the way. But this one,
yeah, Sonic,
pretty solid.
Yeah, it's again, it falls into the exact same tropes as all the other ones, but there's actually a lot of heart to the script.
Heart, decent writing, good actor chemistry, and solid action when we get to the end, right? And I would give this like a high 6 out of 10, a low 7 out of 10.
6. I would agree.
You know, like borderline, and so I would like put that like in the range at the time of like the best video game movie. That's like where you'd find you know Detective Pikachu's. I don't know how high you rated Rampage. Like, would you put it around that level?
I think I would put Rampage around that level.
Yeah.
Maybe a little higher because of my inherent bias towards giant monster movies, but
like you know, if you dial down the bias, it'd just be on that. Yeah. So that's like, now people will go like, okay, whatever. That's just a one-time movie. Those are the best video game movies. They're all that low scored. All of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
The bar has never exactly been very high.
The bar, like I think what was it, Mortal Kombat? We gave like a 5 out of 10. It was very.
Did we really give it that high?
Because I think we gave costume design and action.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and then as we were talking about it, we go, oh wait, this is a lot worse than I remember. But yeah, no. So like what? The Mortal Kombat wasn't that great.
No.
Doom movie was not that great.
I haven't seen the Doom movie in years, and I never bothered watching the newest one.
Yeah, don't you remember we watched it? That was the last time you watched it. Pretty sure, wasn't it? In high school?
Oh God.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
And there's also,
I wouldn't mind rewatching that.
That is a good idea, because that first person segment was really cool.
I remember it like it's fun for sure.
Oh well, yeah, it's fun when you have a group of people, but like by yourself you want to because essentially we were just making fun of it the whole time. Then we were all screaming when the first person segment started.
And it I don't know why we're going on such a tangent on our Sonic video, but like Carl Urban and The Rock, that's a good pairing.
That is really good.
I love Carl Urban, and I unironically love Dwayne Johnson. I think he's such a goofball as an actor, and I love him. So.
All right. So now we've covered Sonic 1. We're at Sonic 2. Impromptu decision, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I was editing my other podcast, Talking Toku, and I knew Howard and I were going to have to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at some point for this show.
Oh yeah, because you told me you wanted us to go see the first showing.
Yeah,
like months ago.
So I just, and this is last week as of recording, and I was like, oh, let me take a look at what show times there are, and wouldn't you know it, there was an early fan screening on Wednesday. I'm like, hey, I kind of lean over from my desk where I was editing. I'm like, hey Howard, what are you doing Wednesday? He's like, nothing. We'll go see Sonic. He's like, yeah, all right. And that was the end of that story.
Yeah. So then we showed up at the movie theater with our free poster and comic book. Mm-hmm. In our free Sonic merch. We're not wearing it now because we're men, and we're not going to wear Sonic things in public.
I don't even think I have any Sonic clothing.
Oh, we gotta fix that.
We gotta fix that.
And so like all movies, I had like zero expectations, but for this one, I'm like, okay, there's no way they're gonna make it as okay as the last movie. They had to raise the bar.
The director Jeff Fowler has he's made it very clear that he's like a big fan of Sonic, and he wants it to be like he wants the movie to please fans as well as like general audiences.
Now, did he direct the first movie?
He directed the first one.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. So with the first movie, one thing I noticed while going into this one is that Paramount, I think that was the company that they really were trying to like stick their fingers and try to control everything, and then for Sonic 2, they kind of just took it out.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It definitely seemed more like more of a passion project than the first movie.
Yeah, because the first movie, it really does feel like I'm like any references to the actual world of Sonic were like kept to a bare minimum. I think
the only thing is like the town is called Green Hills.
Oh, and the Sonic picture.
I forgot about the Sonic picture.
Yeah, in the Sonic picture. Those are kind of the only references. This movie, oh my god, it's so lore heavy.
It just throws you in the deep end, basically.
It's like, okay, now this is for the people who actually like Sonic the Hedgehog. And we're like, oh, really? That's the thing? And they're like, yes.
Here's Knuckles and the Echidnas. Here's Tails. Here's the Chaos Emeralds. Here's the Master Emerald.
Yeah, and here's a reference to Dr. Eggman's Mean Bean Machine.
I really appreciate it. And I saw this on Twitter the other day. Apparently, when they get to, I assume they don't reference it by name, but I assume that the temple that's the Master Emerald's in is Angel Island. When they're when they're in Siberia. Sorry, when they're in Siberia looking for the compass to get to the Master Emerald, and there's those runes on the wall that Sonic starts flipping around as like a puzzle or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently, those characters are Babylonian runes, so it's like a deep cut reference to Sonic Riders.
Shut up! Oh my god!
Yeah.
They referenced Sonic Riders. Okay. Yeah, so there's lots of references.
Yeah.
So the basic plot is, if you remember at the end of the last movie, Eggman was stuck on a mushroom island. I'm sorry, mushroom planet, not island, mushroom planet. And essentially, he finds a way to have a bunch of hunters. What was it like? He just wanted to get someone's attention.
Yeah,
to take him out.
It's a little. We don't really know who those people are. Like I assumed they were going to be echidnas, but they're just dudes.
I think they must be the people that like Knuckles were training through the echidna ways or something.
Maybe, but we don't get any explanation as to who those people are.
Yeah, so there's like assassins, and they're like, what the hell is going on Mushroom Planet over here? And then Eggman takes him out, and then Knuckles comes out.
He's like, hey, I'm Knuckles. What are you doing with that blue quill there?
And then Eggman's like, I can take you to the blue quill. And then so Eggman escapes the Mushroom Planet, and then James Marsden and his wife's character, they go to a wedding in Hawaii. And Sonic's alone in the house for like one weekend. And of course, everything goes the worst way possible when Eggman and Knuckles try to beat him up and Tails saves him.
Yes.
So it's essentially, the plot is just who can get to the Master Emerald first, because Knuckles wants to protect the Master Emerald. And then also he has a vengeance against Sonic because the owl mom from the first movie was at war.
Yeah, and she killed all the echidnas, basically.
Yeah, she murdered all the echidnas.
It's pretty dark, actually.
Yeah, that's really... Yeah, because the first movie kind of made it seem like
a genocide.
Well, no. The first movie made it seem like the echidnas were like going to kill the mom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then the second movie goes, oh, no. The owl lady did die, but she did manage to take out...
She took them all with her.
She did manage to take out like 40 echidna warriors with her. Which is like... That's like the ending of Halo Reach, where it just says survive and you just start killing as much as possible before the inevitable, you know, which is metal. And first of all, I gotta say, what a fun romp it is. Idris Elba, I was a little curious on how he was going to do the role of Knuckles.
I was curious. We were both trying to figure out like whether or not he would just use his normal voice, because Idris Elba has a very heavy British accent, and I still couldn't tell whether or not he was speaking with his normal accent or not.
You know what it kind of sounded like? Oh my god. it sounded like he was trying to lower his voice down to kind of be like Keith David.
Yeah.
Like a little bit like that. Like not like, you know, just like the same tone and right? Like, did you get that?
A little bit. He definitely was trying to make his voice deeper, and I think that was him just like trying to pull off the tough guy persona that Knuckles is.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. The day before we saw Sonic, I actually watched The Losers. Do you know that movie?
The Losers, was that was a DC movie, right?
It was Vertigo. It was Vertigo DC.
Vertigo
it
DC,
had Chris Evans, Idris Elba, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I never watched it, but I always wanted
pretty good.
to.
But he's in it, and he does. It's a lot more of a convincing American accent than he has in Sonic 2. Oddly enough, and it's that's a movie that's over 10 years old at this point.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a weird comparison. I'm like, he actually sounds really good with an American accent here, but. I mean, maybe he was just doing kind of a goofy accent for Knuckles. I don't know.
Yeah, which he was written very. I did like.
Knuckles was very, very well done.
But, yeah, the scene of just the text messages, because of course Dr. Eggman comes back and they're trying to figure out where Sonic went, and they're going
dot.
He's just reading the text.
Dot.
And as they're reading, he just keeps doing that. It's such a good character. Tails, they managed to get Tails' official voice actor from the games,
Colleen O'Shaughnessy,
back into the role, and fans demanded that it's a her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's. They demanded her and James Marsden's wife's name be put on the posters, and they did. Good fan power. Which Tails was also fun. And also one thing I noticed is that the actual models, the CG models, they look so good.
They did look really good.
Like I thought Tails' flying would look weird, but it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. With a lot of times with like completely CG characters, close-ups will look very weird, but with this one especially, close-ups, like you could see all the details and the quills and fur. I'm like, wow, this looks good.
Well, I think they did the thing from Spider-Man 2 where they had an actual, well, not like a full puppet, but they had an actual model that they could zoom into, so people weren't just guessing the anatomy.
Yeah, because I think that's how we found out Knuckles was in the movie to begin with, because there was leaked set photos of physical models.
Yeah.
And there was Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. So yeah, that was probably one of the reasons it looked so good. But yeah, the effects, very good.
Effects are very good. I did notice at some point that it did look obvious that Jim Carrey was floating in front of a green screen.
Yes.
Especially, mainly when he was in the egg ship.
Yes.
That is the only time.
There was one specific point. It was near the end of the Siberia sequence when Knuckles is hanging onto the side of it, and I think they're about to leave, and I'm like, that looks like the fakest thing ever.
It really looks like he just was standing in front of a green screen in a fake model ship, and we have our gripes about CG, but when it's noticeable, it's bad. It's not like Spider-Man No Way Home noticeable bad, but that was like the one scene where I'm like, okay.
Everything else it was done very well.
And I did notice during the Tails hologram fight that Jim Carrey was CG'd.
Oh, was it? Okay. I'm not surprised. I mean, he was floating around. He was floating around in that scene anyways.
Yeah. Which again, I was like, that one I needed to do like a double look. I'm like, wait a second. But yeah, no, that was pretty good. Comedy off the walls. There is so many jokes. Now sometimes they do miss, but sometimes they're hilarious, and then sometimes they're weird. Like,
I think the best one for me, at least, my favorite joke, the one that has stuck with me, is when Eggman texts Agent Stone that he's like, "Oh, we need your help." But all the text says in all caps is "prepare my latte." I think that was the one that got me the most.
That one was really good. What was it during the wedding? First of all, for all you Sonic fans, Gun is in this movie. So if you're like a fan of the Sonic adventure, like that era of Sonic, they're in the movie. And near the end, when Robotnik gets the Chaos Emerald, At the same time, James Marsden, his wife, and Sonic and Tails, they get captured at the marriage. Turns out it was a catfish setup in order to arrest Sonic, and they all reveal themselves to be gun agents. And the woman's like, okay, who here's like not an agent? And then she like looks at the pastor, you, and then he just opens his Bible and there's a gun.
There's a gun in the Bible. That was really good. He crosses himself. Yeah, that was really good. That was very good. That's like something that would come out of like The Naked Gun or Airplane with how ludicrous that is. It's actually hilarious. So the comedy's good. There's some weird jokes like I think when in the end Robotnik betrays Knuckles because surprise.
Robotnik wants the Master Emerald. So before he's about to take out Knuckles, he says, "You're about as useless to me as a Limp Bizkit backstage pass Limp Bizkit." And I'm just like,
we both took offense to that.
yeah. First of all, we took offense. Second of all, we just looked at each other like, did he just say that in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie in 2022?
I was like, excuse me.
Not only is he talking smack, he's talking smack about a 30-year-old man. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about the story like at all, have we?
Yeah, I don't know.
This has been very disjointed so far.
Well, yeah, because the story is just basically it's just a race to see who can get the Master
pretty
Emerald.
much.
So I'm pretty sure we just cover the main things. Okay, so after Sonic and Tails, blah 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 blah. So they get attacked by Knuckles. They run away.
Before we go on, how did you feel about the dance sequence in the bar? I actually kind of liked it. I kind of hate dance sequences in kids' movies, but I thought that was really fun.
Okay, so I was gonna go to that.
Okay.
Short story first. Okay, Sonic gets attacked by Knuckles inside the house over the weekend. Sonic gets rescued by Tails. They go to Siberia to find because they have a map that tells them where the Master Emerald is, which leads them to a house with the Siberian, and they have dance off. Dance off, pretty funny. I actually thought it was. I do like the joke that they thought they were going to be bludgeoned to death with fists, and and then it just turns out it's a dance-off. That one's very funny.
Yeah.
It did go for a little long, but like I was having, I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah, it served no purpose in the plot whatsoever, but it was still fun.
No, it served character development.
Yeah, that's true.
For bonding with Sonic and Tails' relationship,
true.
which I think that was good enough.
Mm-hmm.
To qualify that, and then again to speed run this plot. They find an ancient temple in Siberia which contains a compass that takes them to the location of where Angel Island is, and then of course they Knuckles and Eggman take the compass.
Yep.
They find it first. Yada yada yada. Okay.
Which while we're on the topic of that, I really appreciate that they had some more recognizable enemies from classic Sonic games.
Oh yeah,
because like I don't know what they're called off the top of my head, but like the wasp enemies, those were very clearly in the film.
Yeah,
which was really nice because I don't think we got any of those in the first.
Oh yeah, in the first
one.
movie they were all generic.
Yeah. Just
robots.
floating drones.
And now like Eggman has this floating like his little hovercraft. He has like wasp enemies. There's some more recognizable Sonic things.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That was really nice to see.
The actual designer who kept bringing them into this movie world, fantastic job. Did a great job with it. I was even surprised because I saw those wasp enemies and I was like, oh wait a second.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I like that.
I mean, they weren't like exactly the same.
Yeah,
because
they still had the design aesthetic of
the first movie.
The first movie with like the white and black, which I think is it's a really cool design aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of just look like the turrets from Portal.
It does, but like it works.
No, it works. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying like, it reminds me of Portal. Another thing I liked. Okay, the CG fight scenes. Because Sonic and Knuckles fight, they actually had a lot of impact.
They do. They really do.
Because like one issue I have with a lot of CG fights, right? They don't have a lot of impact. I can the one movie.
There's no weight to them whatsoever.
There's no weight. Like there's like especially in superhero movies, because it just feels like I'm just watching a PlayStation 2 game with little sound effects. They were like the camera work was there, the sound effects on point. That made me really appreciate a lot of things, which is really sad state of affairs when I can say that Sonic the Hedgehog fight scenes have more impact than almost the whole entirety of the MCU.
We're about to alienate our audience.
I know. It's okay. I'll do it. I'll bear that flag that I'm totally correct on this. So they get the Master Emerald, but Eggman pulls a betrayal.
Which I wanted to ask you about this. And during that scene, that was definitely supposed to be Labyrinth Zone, right? Because for one, it was a labyrinth, but when we see Sonic enter, he slides down the waterfalls just like it does in Labyrinth Zone.
That is such a good reference. I think you're right. I think that is supposed to be a reference to Labyrinth Zone. That is I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. It was the waterfalls that made it click for me.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's a very good reference.
Yeah.
So Eggman takes the Master Emerald, and I never remembered what the Master Emerald even did, to be honest.
So they changed it up a little bit in the movie, but in the games, it's kind of the master of all the Chaos Emeralds. In the movie, it's like all 7 emeralds combined into one, so it's a little different.
Yeah. But not too weird that it distracts you from the lore.
It doesn't like make a difference on the overall lore of Sonic. It's not like, I can't believe they ruined Sonic.
It's a believable interpretation, right? That's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you were interrupting. I had to get that thought out there.
That's okay.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what I was saying after.
Yeah. So the Master Emerald kind of just works like whatever you dream, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when Eggman gets it, he makes a giant egg robot.
He makes the Death Egg robot.
He makes the Death Egg robot.
We have to mention this.
Yeah,
because I did not think in the year of our Lord 2022 I would ever hear "Walk" by Pantera in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah. So when he makes the egg robot, he's kind of floating around and goes, and then what was it? Sonic teased him to come after him.
No, it was before Sonic even shows up. He's like, "Oh, put on a world conquering playlist," and "Walk" by Pantera starts up, and he just starts dancing in the robot.
And if you didn't notice, he has strings appear on his leg, and he starts air guitaring with his leg.
I did not notice that. That's funny.
Yeah. And it just hard cuts to Pantera's Walk playing. And I'm like, oh my God, that is the funniest goddamn thing.
I laughed out loud. I couldn't help myself.
He was so out of touch, but yet it was so perfect.
And on the drive back from the theater, we made the discovery that Pantera, as far as we know, is the only band who can say they've been in Sonic, SpongeBob, Dragon Ball, and what was the other? Was there one more, or was there 3?
Oh, I forget if there was another one.
I can't remember. I don't remember. It was either those 3. There may have been one more. I don't remember. But those 3 alone, no other musical artist can probably say they've been in those 3 properties.
That's gonna bug me. I have no idea. All right, so Pantera's Walk was in the movie. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, they join forces, and they be best friends. So one thing I do have to note, and this is something that happened consistently throughout the movie. Whoever the composer is,
that would be Tom Holkenberg.
That score completely weak.
Really, I didn't think it was like. I really liked his Knuckles theme. The Knuckles theme was really good.
I am not a fan of contemporary cinema, like classical cinema, right? I think a lot of the times that it's very by the numbers. I've heard it multiple times before. You really need to do something new.
So Tom Holkenberg as a composer, he's kind of hit or miss. He's done some really good scores, but he's done some really scores. Like, he's the one who did the score for Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah. But he also did the score for Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay, yeah, and I don't remember any song from Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah. So he's a very hit or miss composer. Mad Max Fury Road's really good. I really like the score.
Didn't Junkie XL help out with Mad Max's score?
Junkie XL is Tom Holkenberg.
That's right.
That's just his stage name.
I knew him as Junkie XL from Tony Hawk.
It's weird. Sometimes it's like he goes by different names on different films. Like I think he went by Tom Holkenberg on this, but on Godzilla vs. Kong, he was Junkie XL.
Okay.
It's very weird. I don't know what drives him to go by different names, but...
Like, wait, okay, but what I'm trying to say is, for example, right, they're in Siberia. Sonic breaks one of them and he snowboards. Do you know how awesome it would be if something like City Escape just started playing?
It would have been nice. I'm surprised they have not gotten Crush 40 to do something for these movies.
Or just anything, but instead it's just the generic, classical song. And I'm like, it's so weak. It's so limp. Like, this isn't even like a oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. The composer of Inception,
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer. Like Hans Zimmer, like I recently rewatched The Dark Knight. Whenever Batman did something, like that score was like on point, on blast, well crafted song, and then Sonic going down the board. I'm like, oh, I don't even pay attention to the music at certain points.
Hans Zimmer is also one of like the greatest composers of modern cinema.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is we're at the point where we have been doing the same generic like cinema classic thing for 30 to 40 years. It's either you need to be a Hans Zimmerman or you need to like step up whatever you're doing. Like when one of the best film soundtracks in the past 10 years is done by like 9 Inch Nails and his best friend. Okay, you're being outclassed by 9 Inch Nails who just decided on a whim, hey, you know what we could do today? That's just an issue I've had with movies in general, and this movie kind of highlights my one major negative with this movie is that the soundtrack was completely limp.
Yeah, again, like I said, Hulkenberg is hit or miss with his film scores. Again,
because Mad Max Fury Road was a good score.
It's a very good score.
Very good score.
I really like his score he did for Zack Snyder's Justice League. But like something like Godzilla vs. Kong and this and Sonic 2 was like, eh.
And I guess we could also go to I guess the ending.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about the ending.
Okay, so the ending is it's Knuckles, Sonic, Tails fighting the Death Egg.
I leaned over to Howard and I was like, Sonic Heroes, and he was like, fuck you, I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's true. It was very funny. And
because the thing was they were talking about like, oh, with your strength and your smarts and my speed, I'm like, that's just literally literally Sonic Heroes.
That's Sonic Heroes. So they fight the Death Egg, and at the end, the Sonic they all of course lose. Sonic has the Master Emerald though. He knocks it out of Robotnik. And the Master Emerald kind of drains, breaks, turns into the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and then Sonic becomes Super Sonic.
Oh my god, that was so
cool. It was so cool. It was so cool. It was so well done.
I leaned over to Howard and I started chanting, Super Sonic, Super Sonic, Super Sonic. And then like when it actually happened, it was the hypest shit because you see that yellow glow beneath the Death Egg robot's foot and everyone just went nuts. Oh yeah. So cool.
And this is another part of my argument. When he turned into Super Sonic, there's so many songs in the game's lore that can fit, like his world, 7 Rings in Hand, like so many tracks, Crush 40, and like regular tracks. And
you went with 7 Rings in Hand and his world over something like Live and Learn.
Dude, you can use Live and Learn at literally any point in that movie.
I know, but like something from Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Yeah, because those are the only 2 good things about Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Fair enough.
All right, fight me. But I was just those are the 2 things I thought of. Right, it could be literally anything. But again, the classic cinema score, I was just kind of like, the music needs to back it up, and it's not. But like the scene was still so like him just catching the Death Robo Egg, and it's like
the huge punch, and he just kind of stops it. Oh, that was so cool.
Which was literally the most. That is the closest that we've ever gotten to a live action Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially. Oh, and it was so fun. It was so good. The ending was very fun.
All right, so I gotta. After the Death Egg robot is defeated, and Sonic is still Super Sonic, the funniest thing, he calls upon the energies of the universe. Like Knuckles is like trying to protect.
Stop! He's not the Hedgehog
you know anymore. Sonic's like calling down the energies of the universe. Like there's an electrical storm raging above as he's like putting his hand up to call upon the heavens, and it's a goddamn chili dog. And Knuckles is like, All right, never mind. He's the exact same Sonic as before.
He is the exact same Sonic.
It was really funny.
Yeah, and Sonic, of course, gives up his Chaos Emerald because he wants to live life as a kid with his new best friends, Tails and Knuckles, and they, have fun. Knuckles is now their best friend.
Yeah,
because
and that part especially, that ending was like, that's where you really see how good the chemistry between everyone is.
Yeah. At the ending scene, after they beat Robotnik, they have a baseball game, very similar to in the first Sonic movie in the beginning when Sonic was playing baseball by himself. Now he's playing with.
He's got friends.
He's got friends now. He's doing a thing, and so now, So now they're all playing baseball, and oh my god, everyone's on point. Everyone's and I wish I could remember the actress who played Ben Marston's wife,
Tika Sumpter.
There we go. Every person's there. Those two, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and they're all playing a baseball game. Very funny. Literally,
Knuckles apparently just becomes Starfire at that.
Yeah, I mean, with that background, like,
it makes sense. It's a fun take. It's just like, wow, this is literally just Starfire from Teen Titans.
It's just Starfire, which it works.
Yeah, it works. It was just funny that it's just the same.
I have beaten you in the game of the baseball.
And I feel like I'm missing something here. What is with Knuckles and grapes?
I had no idea either.
Like I saw memes about that, but I don't know where it originated from.
You know what?
Because he mentions it once at the end of the film.
All right,
but I don't understand. Because before the film, there was like a quick Q&A with Ben Schwartz and Idris Elba, and I think one of the questions was like, "Oh, what's your favorite? What's the character's favorite junk food or something?" And Idris Elba says grapes. I'm like, what is with Knuckles and grapes?
Wait, this is on his Wikipedia page.
What?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, hold up.
Okay. Characteristics.
He likes grapes. That's his core character.
No. Okay, so in the Wikipedia thing, right, Knuckles has a personality described as cool. However, he sometimes loses his composure and gets into fights with other characters and is sometimes shy around girls. His favorite food is grapes.
What? This is news to me.
When did Sega like grapes?
I don't know.
Sega bites. Hold on. Knuckles' favorite food is grapes. Wait, no, this has been a thing. Wait. How long did it? Okay, hold on. Knuckles' favorite food is grapes, which is still a favorite of mine. When an NPC stood next to a grapevine in Sonic Generations, I was like, when did he like grapes?
This has been an established thing?
Okay, hold on.
Since when?
2018. Okay, hold on. What do we got? Knuckles' favorite food is grapes. As much as I... Wait, is this a reference to Ugandan Knuckles?
Is it?
No, is that really a reference to Ugandan?
I don't remember grapes being a part of the Ugandan Knuckles meme.
Wait. Oh my god, I need to figure this out. Okay.
Stand by, everyone. We're doing important research.
Why does Knuckles
like grapes?
Like grapes. No. Okay. What? Why are there grapes? Why are there grapes? Knuckles' favorite food is grapes. Where
are people getting this information from?
Where?
People are just repeating it, and they're not giving us any information on it.
What? Everyone just...
How far back does this go?
The oldest one is still 2018. Where? Okay. At the entrance of Sky Sanctuary. Wait, this is from the manual. Oh, wait, this is from a manual from what looks like Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Wait, what is that model from? Is that from Chaotix or something?
That definitely looks like as old as Sonic 3.
Yeah, okay.
Let me see again.
Oh, okay. At the entrance to Sky Sanctuary in the hub world, clusters of grapes are present. This is a reference to the manual Sonic 3, in which grapes were stated to be the favorite food of Knuckles.
That is a deep
my gosh.
Wow.
That is such an obscure...
We didn't know that.
Oh my god. That's why he likes grapes. Oh my goodness, that's why he likes grapes.
Throwaway reference from the manual in Sonic 3.
Oh my god.
As far as we know, never mentioned in game.
No, I couldn't find a line or anything. All right.
Wow, that's incredible.
Okay, all right.
Because even the like Sonic's chili dog, that was like a thing from the cartoons.
Yeah, that was a thing from like the 90s cartoons, and it's still even Sonic Generations. It even have opened up with Sonic and like, oh, I'm gonna have a chili dog with my best friends. Yeah, like everyone knows that. Everyone knows Sonic likes
but
chili
this
dogs.
grapes thing?
Yeah, grapes.
That is a deep cut. Wow.
Okay. Woo.
That was a tangent.
All right. Oh, all right. Before we do the after credits, the overall rating, I'm going with an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it, when I did my Letterboxd, I gave it a 4 out of 5, which would be an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
I think my main problem was that James Marsden and Tika Sumpter's plot seemed pretty disconnected from the rest of the film. It felt like it was just like, here's our human protagonists, just because we have to have human protagonists. And I get that it like came full circle at the end, but it just seems so disconnected from the rest of the plot that it was just like, I would rather be seeing Sonic and Tails and Knuckles right now.
Yeah. No. Their plot, when they did converge, they were phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was a joy to watch because Tika Sumpter and James Marsden have really good chemistry together.
Yeah.
It just felt disconnected, and the pacing seemed off to me.
Yeah, the pacing gets, especially when it's like, oh, Sonic and Tails are trying to find the thing to save the world.
Yeah, and then like, oh, wedding, fun times.
Hard cut to like dudes playing volleyball. It's like, it's a little weird. I agree.
That was really my only complaint about it.
Yes, and of course I have the weak score. I keep harping on, but those are my two negative. Everything else very good, pretty solid movie. First movie to sell 1 billion tickets will be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We really great. We give it the DCM seal of approval.
The D seal?
The DCM seal.
Oh, I thought you said the DCM D seal.
Yeah, the D seal.
The Doritos seal.
The Doritos seal. The spicy nacho seal. We're gonna put around the spicy nacho seal. Probably the best video game movie that you can get.
Like not even. There's no question about it. It is the best video game adaptation, live action adaptation that you could possibly get. We recommend it. We have it a joy. And now in about 3 minutes, we're gonna wrap up the overall hype that we now know who the antagonist for Sonic 3 is, because the after credit scene. This is the big spoiler warning. I need to preface this. I really need to preface this.
Yeah, Dave only goes to white theaters, so this is the first time he's ever seen people pop off.
No. I've seen people pop off. You know, I've been to. I saw Avengers Endgame opening weekend. I saw Spider-Man No Way Home opening weekend.
Okay,
nothing. No audience reaction came for either of those films. Like, oh, Captain America picking up Thor's hammer. Yeah, that got a reaction. All the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield showing up in No Way Home. Yeah, those got reactions. Those
your soy reactions
not even come close to. It wasn't even the full reveal. You saw his shoes and people went nuts.
Yeah, no, they went nuts. So people were popping off.
No, I'm gonna kind of set the stage here. So
all right, now setting the stage.
We get to the post credits scene. The gun is cleaning up the remains of the Death Egg robot. We see Agent Stone still out there, which is nice because I really like his character. He's fun.
Yeah, he's very fun.
And some random gun agent comes up to the general whose name I don't remember. And she's like, "Oh, we found some files for a project over 50 years old." And like that, for any Sonic fan, that should instantly like set some alarms off in your head.
Yeah.
And like full disclosure, I got spoiled for this, but I didn't believe it. I was like, "There's no way they're gonna do this." And as soon as they established gun, I was like, "Oh, they're doing this. They're totally doing this."
Yeah. Because the moment they established gun, I go, okay, well, Metal Sonic's out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe Chaos?
Yeah. So they say, oh, a 50-year-old project, and then it just cuts to this random lab somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's this pod rising up, and you see the shoes, and everyone just starts screaming. They're like, Project Shadow! And everyone just yelling.
You know someone almost fell down the stairs, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say, I never like raise my voice in a theater. The one time I have done it Okay, maybe twice. One of which was for good, one of which was for bad. The one time I did it for a good reason was when I first saw Godzilla King of the Monsters, and they had a little in memoriam thing for Haruo Nakajima at the credits. This time, I was screaming along with everyone else because holy shit, we are getting Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic 3.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am a little disappointed. I was hoping that they would do Chaos then Shadow. A little disappointed.
I was hoping for Metal Sonic personally.
Yeah, but like, Metal Sonic's that plot that's been already, in Sonic media done to death.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first Sonic the Hedgehog animated movie was the Metal Sonic plot. Yep. Yeah, so like, that's been done. Shadow the Hedgehog has only been in the 4-Kids Sonic, which adapted everything, and like, nothing?
There's the Sonic Boom cartoon.
Was he in Sonic Boom?
I'm pretty sure.
Holy, I didn't even know that. News to me. But yeah, so Shadow isn't used that often, except that he's in every single video game in Sonic the Hedgehog ever. But I'm excited. We all popped off. We're all excited for Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. If we get a good voice actor who wants to do this, it's gonna be the funniest thing in the world.
Do we want to like toss some ideas out of who we want it?
Okay,
to be?
My vote is Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I saw a tweet last night or something on Reddit or something from a really unreliable source. Giant freaking robot. They're bad. They're almost as bad, if not worse. No, they're not worse. They're almost as bad as We Got This Covered. And they said there's a rumor going around that Paramount wants Jason Momoa to play Shadow.
That is horrendous.
It's horrendous, but it would be hilarious.
That'd be so funny, but it'd be one of those things where I'm going to say, well, looks like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is still the best video game movie.
Wouldn't go that far.
So we need some criteria. We need someone who's like an emo goth boy who can get actually genuinely mad.
Yeah, but the thing is about that, I don't think Robert Pattinson would want to do it if that were the criteria.
But like,
I don't think he'd want to be typecast.
Well, typecast, but as the Batman level of typecast. That's what I guess.
Think. I don't see him doing it.
I know he's not going to do it, but also, did you think Idris Elba would be Knuckles?
That's also very fair.
Unless they get the actual voice actor of Shadow the Hedgehog.
I don't even know who is the current voice actor for Shadow. But I don't see them doing that. Like, Tails, I could understand, because I don't know who of, like, big actors would be able to do a good Tails.
Probably because they blew all their money on Idris Elba.
Probably. But, yeah, I honestly am having a difficult time thinking who would be a good Shadow. And I'm not sure, like, if I'd want like a good established voice actor, or would get someone big who would be funny, like getting Idris Elba.
Is the voice actor for Shadow the Hedgehog?
Is he in other?
All right, hold on. I got it right now. He's played Guile before from Street Fighter. He is Steve from Cowboy Bebop. He's one of the main characters in Samurai Champloo. He's the shark guy from Naruto. He does a lot of anime. He's a lot of the Digimon in Digimon. What has he done recently? Tanjiro Kamado. Tanjiro Kamado. Is that? I think it's the main character's dad. Oh, and he still does a bunch of other things. Okay. And he is a bunch of people in Punch Man. What do we got for cartoons? He was in a bunch of one-off characters in the Clone Wars.
Anyone I recognize? Let me see.
King Sanjay. Sanjay Resh. Is that Watto dude in like the first episode with Yoda?
Frontrunner, yes. Yeah. He's no, that's King Katunko.
Oh, okay.
King Rash. I recognize the name. I can't place it though.
Yeah, so okay, so that's Shadow's voice actor. So yeah, that is a tough question. We're just gonna hope they do something good.
Yeah, every character voice actor they've gotten for these films so far has done a really good job. Yeah. So I can't imagine they'd all of a sudden screw it up with Shadow, you know.
Yeah, that would be very sad if they screwed up with Shadow.
Yeah.
But I think that we should probably wrap this up now.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you think they will give Shadow an assault rifle?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Imagine if they got the whole Team Dark from Sonic Heroes introduced in that movie. Like Shadow just grabs an AK, walks around in the lab, finds Omega.
Well, would we want to do Omega or Gamma first?
Gamma, you need Eggman, and if Eggman, Jim Carrey's also, he said he's not going to reprise his role as Eggman. He's done with acting for now.
Yeah, he said he's going to retire from acting after this for a bit.
So you, in order to have Gamma is such it only matters in Sonic Adventure, and if you don't have the plot of Sonic Adventure with Chaos and the Emeralds, he's just kind of like a robot that's there.
But I feel like Omega would be weird too, because like it doesn't feel like Eggman has gotten to that level of robotics yet. You know?
I mean, if it's a project from 50 years ago, it could have just been also just a forgotten thing stuck in a military lab. Like you can spin Omega. You can't spin Gamma, because Gamma is like, you need the fact that the animals are in the robots.
True.
You need the Chaos Emeralds. You need Chaos himself. Right? And you need Amy, and Amy's not even introduced yet.
Yeah. Do we think they're going to follow it like to a T, the plot of Sonic Adventure 2? Like bringing in Gerald Robotnik and everything?
Oh, I have absolutely no faith they are going to do that. I think they're just going to wing it, just like, because it's just going to be a different interpretation. I'm going to probably think that, maybe not Gerald, maybe it's a different Gerald, but maybe there'll be something like Maria that's going on in his head. But I'm just thinking, like, man, how cool would it be if, like, shit, like just the whole Team Dark is just there.
I feel like that'd be too many characters to introduce, though.
Too many. I mean, yeah, that is true, but like they're all really not that heavily like hard to write characters. Because Rouge is just like the Catwoman approach. It's, hey, she's stealing something and she's there now.
Yeah,
done.
Pretty much.
Omega,
he's a robot.
Flip a switch. He's a robot. Shadow the Hedgehog's the big one you gotta explain.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Right. In all of Sonic lore, he's the character that you need to be like, there's so many asterisks on this sentence. But I'm just thinking it's probably just going to be Shadow and maybe one other. Maybe they'll introduce Amy. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, in the first movie, they ended it with that Tails credit stinger.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll introduce another character in Sonic 3, a la Knuckles. But I don't know.
Okay, imagine. All right, this is the last thing I'll say. Okay. Imagine, right? Shadow breaking out of the facility, grabbing a gun, and I Am All of Me starts playing.
Oh my God, please. We need to get Crush 40 on one of these movies eventually.
Yeah, why hasn't Crush 40 been involved in any of these?
I don't know.
Just reusing any of their old tracks.
Yeah.
Bonkers. But anyway, great movie. Check it out.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Probably, our second movie review, but it's probably going to stay our best.
Yeah, honestly, I don't. Unless we start doing like animated stuff, I don't foresee this movie being beaten out.
And remember, if you want more video game movie reviews, you just got to tell us, baby.
Yeah,
you just got to, because we will watch more. We'll even watch old ones.
We'll watch the Doom movie again.
Yeah, we'll watch the Mortal Kombat Legends movie.
Maybe we'll watch Doom Annihilation and hate ourselves.
Maybe we'll watch the Super Mario movie. By pirating it.
Yeah.
There we go.
We don't want to cut that out. We don't want to admit to crimes.
Wait, no! But anyway, so at that case, I'm Howard.
I'm David.
You have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Go see Sonic.
Go see Sonic.